for joining me. My name is Megan, and this class is a yoga sculpt fusion style of practice. The reason I've included this type of sequence in the third trimester series is because one, I am recording this class during my third trimester. I'm 29 weeks pregnant today. And also, every exercise that I do include in this sequence will be safe for you in your third trimester. However, always super important that you listen to your body and you don't force yourself to move in a way that creates pain, discomfort, or just generally doesn't feel safe for you. I am using weights in this class. I have 3 pounds here. You're welcome to use around that, lighter, or work through the sequence without weights at all. We'll focus on a bit of work that will stabilize the core, work on some strength around the hips, and balance it out as well with some nice stretches and yoga poses that will create some ease to balance out the strength work that we include. So hopefully you'll come out of this practice feeling really well balanced. And again, listen to your body. If you've been advised for any reason to avoid more strenuous exercise, I'd encourage you to try one of our other classes in the second or third trimester. And yeah, let's begin together. When you're ready, if you are using weights, have them near the top of your mat. If you're using other props at this stage in your pregnancy, like blocks, blankets, bolsters, have them nearby just for ease of transition. And we'll start together in a child's pose. We'll take a wide knee child's pose, big toes meet, knees out nice and wide, and walk your hands towards the top of your mat. This is a good place for props. Whether you'd like to take a block and place it underneath your forehead, a bolster if you'd like to use that. I don't have anything nearby today, so I'm just going to take a variation where I keep my head and my chest slightly lifted. And the main reason for that is to just avoid any compression feeling in my belly. So hips towards heels, settle into your hips. And whether you're resting on a prop or you don't have one handy, can you invite some ease into the upper body? So soften your shoulders, relax your gaze, maybe your hands settle onto your mat, palms down for grounding or palms up to receive some energy. And take a few rounds of breath for yourself as you allow the transition from your outer world into your inner world. So you check in with how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I know so much can be going on in the third trimester. So give yourself a few moments to just check in. And when you're ready, flip your palms down. If you're not already there, press into your hands and rise up onto all fours. Okay. 3 slow cow-cat movements. Inhale, let your belly fall. Soften your belly here as you guide your chest and your gaze forward. As you exhale, round your navel to spine, dome across your back body, gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest as you stretch into the back line. 2 more like that. Inhale, belly will fall, not forcing, just a gentle guide, and exhale, round through. 1 more time. Inhale, belly will fall, soften, ease across your chest, and exhale, round. Okay. Inhale, slowly come back through center. Send your hands slightly forward. You might have your knees slightly wider than hip distance, so there's a bit of extra room for baby and belly. Anchor through your left hand. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Open your torso to the right. And as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath. Knee will hover to start. Inhale, breath again. Big stretch, open up. And exhale, thread through. 1 more time, big inhale, breath. And as you exhale, thread through, this time lower to your right shoulder, right ear. Send your hips up towards the ceiling and make sure there's no compression on your belly. You can keep your left hand where it is on the mat just to stay stable. You're welcome to walk your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Hey, wherever you are, see if you can roll your top shoulder back slightly so that your torso can eventually open towards the left side of the space. Couple breath here as we prepare the body to eventually work with the weights and the strength exercises. Press down through your left palm. Inhale, reach right arm up towards the ceiling, and exhale, anchor back in to tabletop. Other side, nice and slow. Inhale, left arm will reach up. Exhale, thread left arm underneath right side body. Inhale, breath again, open up. Just for mobility to start, exhale, thread through. One more time, give it a try. Inhale, breath, open up, and exhale, slowly thread through, lower to your left shoulder, left ear. Right hand can stay where it is or walk it towards the top of your mat. Take a few deep breaths. Hey, hold in this shape as long as you don't feel any deep compression. And then when you're ready, anchor back down through your right palm. Reach your left arm up, big stretch, and exhale back onto all fours. Bring your knees together. Slowly sit back, hips on heels. We'll just come off of the hands for a moment. You can give your shoulders a gentle roll down and back. Recatch your breath. Okay, and then slowly come forward back onto all fours. Anchor down through your right hand, slightly forward from your right shoulder. Option to grab a weight if you're using them. And then let's open up to a modified side plank. Left leg will kick long down the length of your mat. So now you have 3 points of contact: right hand, right knee, and left foot. Steady your weight for a moment here as you get set up. And then option to take your left arm overhead with or without your weight. With your inhale, can you lengthen? On your exhale, option to add a gentle crunch into the side body, left elbow towards left knee. Inhale, breath, open up. And exhale, gentle crunch. 3 more if you're with me here. Inhale, open. And exhale, crunch. 2 more into the side body. Inhale, breath, open. And exhale, draw in. 1 more time. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, draw in. And slowly open back up. Take your weight back to your hip to transition back through center, and then place your weight out in front of you. Okay. Take your knees out wide like you're settling back into a child's pose. And we'll add some movement again for the upper body. As you inhale, shift forward, anchor through both hands. Shoulders come forward and add a tricep push-up modified on the knees. So slowly lower your chest. And as you exhale, send your hips back down towards your heels. Again, inhale, breath, shift forward. Modified tricep push-up, slow lower. And exhale, press back. Let's do just 1 more together. You're welcome to do a few more if this is feeling really good. Exhale, slow lower. And press all the way back. Okay, come back onto all fours. Slide your knees in a little bit closer just for support. And we'll set up for the other side. Take your left hand slightly forward. Left toes can turn in behind you. Send your right leg long. Option to bring your weight. Weight can rest on your hip and then up, maybe overhead. Just be mindful of the shoulder joint here, especially if you are using a weight. Okay, and then you can stay here, enjoy the opening, or option to add the crunch into the oblique side body. So as you exhale, elbow in towards knee, and inhale, breath, open back up. Again, exhale, elbow to knee, open all the way up, stabilize before you add on. So we have 3, and open. Press through your left palm, last 2, and open. One more time. Squeeze in and open. Slowly bring your weight back onto your hip. Come back through center. Place your weight at the top of your mat. You're back on all fours. One more time, let's do our tricep push-ups, our modified tricep push-up. Knees out wide. As you inhale, shift forward. Shoulders extend over the wrists as you slowly lower. Triceps are on. And exhale, press back to a child's pose. Inhale, breath, shift forward. And exhale, press back. One more time, nice and slow. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, press back. All right, friends, slowly come forward. Bring your knees together, sit back, hips on heels. Give your shoulders another opportunity to release and let go. All right, from here, anchor through both palms, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Now, if downward facing dog is not a comfortable shape for you at this stage of your pregnancy, you're welcome to take a variation here on your knees. Okay, a child's pose might feel nice. Okay, or you're welcome to take more of a forward fold. Okay, so a shorter variation of downward dog. Bend your knees a lot, feet out wide. You can tent up onto your fingertips, okay, or let your head hang heavy. Again, just make sure there's no compression on your belly. Stay here for a few rounds. In whatever shape you've landed in, it might feel really good to enjoy some movement in down dog. Pedal out the hips, pedal the legs, sway the head from side to side. And then let's look forward. Walk your hands or your feet forward into a forward fold. Use your weights here as a prop. So stack your hands on top of the weights. Bend deeply into your knees. Take an inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Take a firm grip on each weight. One at a time will come into your hip. Deep bend in your knees. Slowly rise up to stand. Okay. Mountain pose, open up your palms towards the front of your space. Give your shoulders a gentle roll. Okay. And then with the right foot forward, step your left foot back to come into a crescent lunge foundation. Now, depending on what makes you feel most stable, you can take a wide stance or a slightly shorter stance with a bent knee. I'm most comfortable here. I have a fairly wide stance as well from the front. So there's quite a bit of space from my right foot to my left, lots of space for the hips, and some more comfort for the lower body. Okay. Now fire up your strong quads, your strong glutes. With or without the weights, take your arms up overhead. And we'll add some work for the shoulders with a shoulder press. Slowly open your arms to cactus. So from the front, it will look like this. Okay. And then with your inhale, press your weights up towards the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze back into cactus arms. You can add some work for the lower body as well. As you inhale, press up, squeeze into your inner thighs. And as you exhale, settle back into your lunge. Let's take 5. Squeeze in. Last 4. And lower. Keep going. Last 3. Lower. Last 2. Lower. Last 1. Lower and hold. Bring your hands in towards your heart. Press away from your right foot and turn your body towards the left long edge of your mat. Okay, so from here, goddess pose, turn your heels in, your toes out. Bring your hands onto your hips with or without your weights, and then bend into your knees to settle down into your squat shape. So right away, Fire up the strength along the spine. Okay, so you draw in through the lower body, squeeze into your quads, your glutes, and then as you feel that energetic lift up, think of sending the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Knees draw back behind you, so avoid this rolling in of the knees. Okay, and then once you're stable here, you're welcome to take your arms out to a T, palms face forward. Okay, and holding here in this squat, can you slowly squeeze your elbows towards the back line of your body? Inhale, open up, and exhale, squeeze in. So from the back, inhale, breath open. Exhale, squeeze into the back line of the body. Let's move here for 5. Squeeze. Maybe you can sink deeper into your hips. Squeeze. Last 3. Squeeze. You can do it. Hold and breathe. Squeeze. One more time. Reach and squeeze. And then soften here, hands to heart. Press through both feet to straighten your legs. Turn your toes so they point forward. Okay. Pedal your knees a few times side to side if you're feeling any tension or strain in the hips. And then with a slow inhale, can you hinge your torso forward? So we most likely will all be at a different degree, depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, how this feels for your belly, your back, but hinging forward to a point where you can really stabilize. Reach your arms forward with or without the weights, and we'll add a fly. So with your inhale, you open up into your arms, open across your chest and squeeze into your back body. So this is option 1, with the arms straight as you open. Option 2, you can turn your palms towards you and draw in with bent elbows. So option 1, arms are straight. Option 2, bent elbows. Okay, wherever you are, send your gaze slightly forward. Okay. Make sure you feel really stable along your spine and your back body. I'm doing both here. You're welcome to do both. Let's go for 5, 4. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Last 3. Last 2. Kind of feels good to do both. Last 1. And slowly meet back through center. Bring your hands to your hips, squeeze into your glutes to rise up. Turn to face the top of your mat and take a big step to the top of your mat. Mountain pose, arms alongside your body. Give your shoulders a roll. Okay, so we're standing here facing the top of the mat. Reset. Okay. And right away, we'll explore this on the other side. So left foot stays near the top of your mat as you send your right foot back. Crescent lunge foundation. Okay, so we really call upon strong quads, glutes, tall and stable through the upper body. Okay, and let's add the shoulder press. When you're ready, arms come up overhead in line with ears. Open up to a cactus arm. Remember, you might have a long lunge stance or shorter, depending on what feels more stable and comfortable for you in this moment. Inhale, breath, weights press up towards the ceiling, and exhale, slowly squeeze back down. You're welcome to add the legs. Inhale, squeeze at the very top, and exhale, slowly lower back down. Okay, we're here for 5. Lower. Last 4. Lower. Last 3. Lower. Last 2. Whew. Last 1. Lower down, pause, and hold. Bring your hands into heart, press away, and turn to the right side of your mat. So I'll move to meet you here. You're facing the right side this time. We'll set up for a second set of goddess. Heels turn in, toes turn out. Bend into both knees and slowly settle into this shape. Okay. For transitions, I find it to be more comfortable and really just the more stable, safest way to transition by bringing the weights every time to your hips as you move through. Okay. Quads are on, glutes are on, sit back, hold here, tall upper body. Okay. And let's again reach the arms out to a T, palms forward. As you exhale, squeeze into the back line of your body. Inhale, breath, reach, and exhale, squeeze. So we're here together, reach and squeeze. Can you sit more back into your squat? Be mindful of any hinging forward or tilting back. Stack up nice and tall for 5, 4, last 3, 2, sit down more if you can, last 1, and slowly meet back through center, hands, weights to hips, straighten out your legs. Turn your toes forward. So I'll just hold this angle so we can set up together. Hinge forward, reach your arms forward. Okay, so once again, you have the options. You're welcome to try the second variation if you did the first variation on your first side. Well, we open up and squeeze into the back body. Slowly lower down and open back up. Okay, you're here with your breath. Slow count. Lengthen through your inhale and your exhale. Let's go for 5. Last 4. 3. You can ditch your weights at any point. Last 2. Last 1. Bring your weights to your hips. Slowly rise back up through center. Okay, so we're facing the right. Turn to the top of your mat. Step to the top of your mat. Let that go. With your hands at your hips, join me in some slow hip circles to release that work. As you inhale, send your hips forward, circle to the right. Slow hinge forward as you send your hips back and over to the left. Okay, let's do a couple circles or a few more circles in this direction. One more time. Let's take 3 the opposite way. Hips to the left, back, right, and forward. 2 more. One more time. Let this feel good. All right, friends, from here, a little bit more standing work and then we move to the mat. We're so close to the finish line. Heels turn in, toes turn out, and come down into a slow squat. Okay, we'll add some work for the biceps here. Palms are forward. Okay, with your palms forward, elbows to the inner line of your knees. Can you add a slow squeeze in? Weights tap your shoulders and a slow extension back down. Squeeze into your biceps and slow lower. We're only here for 5. Lower. You can do it. 4. Lower. Last 3. Lower. 2. And 1. Okay. Slowly lower the arms. Now lift your hips so your hips are in line with your knees. We're going to add those bicep curls again, but notice the quads, the glutes are on fire here. Slow squeeze in and lower. Tailbone tucks down, keep your spine long and lower. Hey, just 5 more. 5. Last 4. If you can, hips in line with knees. 3. I'm cheating a little bit here. Last 2. And 1. Press all the way up to stand. Turn your toes forward, but keep your feet wide. Squeeze into your glutes. This time at the top, hammer curls. Weight squeeze in to tap your shoulders. Reach forward. Squeeze in and forward. You know it. We have 5. Open. 4. Open. Last 3. 2, and 1. Slowly lower your weights to your hips. Roll out your shoulders and mountain pose, arms open up. Okay. Now, in whatever way you can transition to your mat comfortably, I invite you to meet me in a tabletop. So I'll move with the weights. Inhale, arms reach up. Just mindful if you have the weights. Exhale, feet out wide, slowly fold into a forward fold. Using my weights as a prop here again. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, lower down one knee at a time. Tabletop. Okay. 3 cow cat. Inhale, belly will fall. Let's invite some softness back into the body. And exhale to round through. 2 more. Inhale, belly will fall. And exhale, you round. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Slowly lower onto your sit bones. You can continue to face the top of your mat. I'll just turn to face you here. Extend your legs out in front. Just a little bit of a stretch before we do some work on the back. Seated here. Can you bend into your right knee and slowly guide your right knee over your left? Mindful of any compression of the belly. If knee stacking is not available, can you instead take a figure 4 shape? Okay. You can also take slightly modified with the pinky side edge of your right foot on the mat. Okay. So as you inhale nice and tall, see if you can invite a bit of sensation in this outer right glute, quad, and then slowly grab for a weight with your left hand. Reach your left arm up and over, then bend into your left elbow. Take your right hand, reach around, and see if you can find the opposite end of your weight for a bind. So from behind, it will look something like this. Okay. So we are inviting a bit of sensation for the lower body and the upper body here. Take your time to kind of explore what this shape looks like for you. For some of you, it may be comfortable to come into the full expression, cow face bind. Okay, so the knees are stacked. It will create quite a deep sensation for the outer hips, glute area. And if it's too much, you can stay just as you are right here. So again, find the variation. Take your time to settle into what's comfortable. We're here for just a few more rounds of breath. When you're ready to release, start with the upper body first. Lower your weight down to the mat, hands behind you. Windshield wiper your knees before we set up on the other side. Okay. All right, so now with your legs extended out long, take your left foot and step it towards the right side of your space to stack the knees one on top of the other. Okay, again, your full variation, you can swing your right heel around, but again, we want to make sure that there's still lots of room for the belly, no compression. The focus here is on the muscles around the hip joint, and then when we add the arm, some work across the chest and into the shoulders and your tricep. So take a weight now into your your right hand. Reach your weight up and over. Just be careful. Bend your elbow and then slowly reach back with your left hand. Maybe you can find the opposite end of the weight here. So for me, this side's definitely a little bit tighter. Okay, so if you're not quite there, a small towel or a yoga strap, if you have that, it might be really helpful to work towards the bind. And you can also completely ditch the full bind and take this variation as well. Okay. So lots of options. It's funny at this stage of pregnancy, definitely mind and body aren't always connecting. They're not always on the same page. And so that's why it's so important that we take our time, we move slowly, especially at the later stages of pregnancy. Okay, when you're ready, slowly release. Just be mindful with the weight. Place it near the top of your mat. Okay, and then turn to face the top of your mat if you're not already there. And we'll come on to the back just for a few gentle exercises to balance out the back line of the body now. Setting up for bridge pose. So both feet flat to the mat, knees point up towards the ceiling, arms alongside your body, fingertips graze your heels. Okay. Then with your inhale, can you press into your feet, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, squeeze into the back line of the body, create a gentle opening across the front, but not a deep back bend, right? We're not pushing the belly up towards the ceiling. It's more about creating that activation in the back line. Exhale, soften back down. Now again, inhale, breath, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, and exhale, soften down. 3 more. Be really mindful in activating as you press up and slowly soften back in. 2 more. Inhale, press up, and exhale, soften in. 1 more time. Inhale, press up, squeeze your glutes at the top. Feel that opening here through the front of the hips. Hey, maybe some softening here across your belly and that activation in the back line of your body. 1 more inhale and exhale, slowly lower down. Recline bound angle, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open to either side of the space. Left hand over heart, right hand over belly and baby. You can add some gentle rocking from side to side. All right, and when you are ready, you can take any final movement your body needs. Hey, for an additional stretch, I encourage you to switch over to another one of our Trimester 3 classes. Okay. And if you are ready to settle into relaxation, you're feeling good and balanced in the body, your side lane position, or if you have blocks, bolsters, blankets to set up a little fortress for your rest, take that time now to set up and settle in. I'll leave you here to take all the time you need to set up for your rest. The final few moments in rest, ease, peace truly are the most important. It's where we allow the body a chance to heal, regenerate, renew, reset. It's also in these moments we can leave behind anything we no longer need, collect anything you may have gained, anything you would like to take with you. And also acknowledge what it feels like to be in your body, connected to self, connected to baby, coming out of that work, coming out of that movement. How does it feel now to be exactly where you are? I invite you to breathe in gratitude for your strong, amazing body. Breathe in gratitude for this journey, everything that this pregnancy has brought up for you and brought into your world. And take a moment to breathe in gratitude for what's next. The anticipation, the excitement, and any other feelings that are landing in your body in this moment. Thank you so much for trusting me and guiding you. Thank you for showing up here, tuning in, and practicing with me. Such a pleasure to guide you. Namaste.